I always say
Mhm.
that, a brain injury is the most complicated injury you can have because the brain does so many different functions. And
Mhm.
so for every single person, their experience of a brain injury can be completely different.
Mhm.
But initially, after a brain injury, there is a metabolic crisis. So you've got this huge amount of metabolic activity that happens all of a sudden. And that's what creates this energy deficit. And so there's an energy deficit in the brain, which then is why many people over maybe 10 days to maybe 30 days feel like they've got brain fog, difficulty focusing, concentrating. They've got all these kind of cognitive symptoms. They've got the light sensitivity, the headaches, the sensitivity to movement. All of that is because the brain is in a hyperexcitable state. And
Mhm.
that should calm down. Like a lot of that stuff is supposed to calm down and kind of return back to baseline. And the reality is that most people, if they get a concussion, they have a whole health history behind that concussion, right? Some people
Mhm.
might have Lyme disease, other people might have an autoimmune disorder, somebody might suffer from PTSD. And so what happens is that when we look at the literature, a lot of times the literature is looking at healthy young athletes that maybe don't have that medical history, right? They're
Mhm.
healthy and then they got a sports concussion. And so I think for the longest time, we were looking at concussions through this athletic lens and saying, oh, people, they generally get better pretty quickly and they can go back to eventually like playing their sport again and they're good. They're back in school. But the reality and the demographic of people that I work with are the people who have a whole health history that was there before they got their car accident or their slip and fall on the ice or whatever it might be that caused their concussion. And so
Mhm.
most of the people I work with are maybe women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s that you're never just treating an acute concussion. You're obviously treating the whole person with everything that comes with that.